Welcome to the channel if you're new, and welcome back if you're already part of the Sneaker Talk family. On this channel, we upload a ton of sneaker reviews. So if you were looking for recommendations, maybe wanted to expand your knowledge in certain sneakers, this is the channel for you. And today we're taking a look at one of the best Jordan 1 lows that were released last year in 2020. Now, Jordan Brand released an absolute ton of different colorways for the Jordan 1 low last year. Some of them, the resale went really high up, and this is a pair that had resale for a while, but because of the quantities that Jordan Brand produced for these, the resale just continued to drop and drop and drop after each restock. So if this is a sneaker that you want right now, do not pay much over retail, if any. They're going for about 10% over retail, which is basically retail plus tax, right? So if you really want this shoe and you want to do your research, you can probably find these for basically retail price. First off, these Jordan 1 lows use that famous Chicago Bull color scheme. Beautiful color combination, and the awesome thing about these is they did the color blocking perfectly, like the way they use different colors on the different panels. Typically Jordan 1 lows, not all of them have the best color blocking, but last year they released a lot of good ones. So if you guys want to check out the top 10 Jordan 1 lows of last year, I'll leave the video linked down below. It's on my main channel, and these right here, they nailed it. They nailed it on these. The reverse Bred 1 lows are of course inspired by the high top Air Jordan 1 High band. Now they also released another version of this shoe last year in its high top version called the Varsity Reds. Those released around All-Star weekend. Retail was pretty standard pricing for that pair, I believe, but the resale went high. It went up to like 1,000 Canadian or 1,000 US dollars at some points. Now the resale prices on those have settled down to, I have the prices on my other monitor right here, 700 to 600 US dollars for the high tops. So the retail price for these was 90 US dollars, and so you could probably pick them up for 90 to 100, 110 maybe for the low. This is a fantastic shoe if you're balling on a budget and want to get some fresh looking Jordans. The color blocking of this shoe is pretty much identical to the high top version. So if you wanted to save some money and get a nice alternative to the high tops, these are fantastic. On top of that, it's summertime. You know, when we have low top sneakers, I think of summer, and high top sneakers can get your feet pretty sweaty and it can get clunky and, you know, not as flexible, not as fun to wear high tops in the summer, at least in my opinion. So when it comes to summer and spring, I really enjoy Air Jordan 1 lows. And for those of you who don't know, typically when it comes to Jordan 1s, people rank them in this order. It goes highs, lows, and mids. Lows are right underneath the highs in terms of love, and that's because they don't really tend to clone the highs in a bad way. They don't release too many bad colorways, ugly colorways. So if you wanted to get a Jordan 1 low that is still like respectable, you know, you're not gonna get clowned by your peers, these lows are fantastic. With that said, let's take a closer look at the pair and show you guys the details up close. Starting off with the leather on this shoe isn't that great. It's a Jordan 1 low, and they typically go for more of a budget leather, if we're gonna call it leather. It's not actual leather, but it's really close looking. It's pleather, it's fake leather. The quality on these is definitely not as good as the high top counterpart, because that was a limited release where they put a lot more energy and effort and craftsmanship into it. The lows, you're not buying necessarily for the quality of the shoe. You're buying it for the colorway, you're buying it for the functionality, you're buying it because you can beat these up and not feel too bad about it compared to the high tops. So the leather on this shoe is pretty average in my opinion. Black on the toe box, black on the side underneath that red Nike swoosh. You got that black tongue as well with a red Jumpman stitched in at the very top. Now this is the newer version of the Jordan 1 mid. I say that with an asterisk because the newer versions have this puffier tongue, which is better for skateboarding, and it doesn't have the Nike Air. There are going to be other pairs releasing this year, other Jordan 1 lows with the Nike Air on the tongue, which is more true to the OG. Going down the center of the sneaker, you have black shoelaces on these, and you could put in red laces if you really wanted to, but I think these look really clean with the black laces on top of the black tongue. It just looks very you know, streamlined. And then you have red leather that wraps around the entire shoe from the toe box to the side panels and going up the eyelets. You also have that red leather on the back panels as well, with the black Air Jordan Wings logo stitched in to the back. Most non-sneakerheads wouldn't necessarily realize that these are actually Air Jordans. A lot of people see the swoosh and they assume they're Nike, but the little touch of the Jumpman on the tongue and the Air Jordan Wings logo on the back will help let people know that these are actually Jordans and not something like an Air Force 1 low. Air Jordan 1 lows and Air Force 1 1 lows, in my opinion, are very close sneakers in terms of the aesthetic. It's just the Jordan 1 lows have more of an athletic look. So if you were gonna go for more of a sportier outfit, you might like these a bit more for those. But Air Force 1s are also a great alternative, and I do review those a lot as well. Today, what kind of accent was that? What the heck is going on? Taking a look at the lower half of the shoe, you have a white midsole sitting on top of the red outsole. Now, the actual colorway or color code they put on this box for the shoe is Gym Red, but there's been so many other Gym Red releases that you really wouldn't even call this a Gym Red. And actually, the fact that they have a high top version of this shoe using the exact same shade of red, but those are called the Varsity Reds, it's a little confusing. So people call these the reverse Breds because they basically use the Bred Jordan 1 kind of colorway, but they flip some of the things around. So here's just a little side by side. You guys can see some of the changes that they did, mainly around the like toe box area of the shoe. I like Jordan 1s a lot because they're a really good summer shoe to just slip on your foot and run out of the house and do what you gotta do. This colorway is really good because it's gonna hide a lot of dirt, and if you're gonna get these dirty, the only real part you have to worry about cleaning will be that white midsole, and honestly that's pretty easy to take care of. Just a quick scrub and it's honestly not that big of a deal. But the thing is with these are creases. The creases on, like, I'm gonna wear these a lot so I don't mind creasing them, but because of the quality of leather on this shoe, they're gonna crease pretty ugly for the most part. So if you hate ugly creases, you might want to learn how to take the creases out, or just get used to it and accept them as battle scars and character for the sneaker's development. You know, I like the creases on Jordan 1s. This is a sneaker I honestly don't mind getting it beat up. I probably will never clean this sneaker ever because of the colorway. Like, I hardly, as is, I like hardly clean my Bred 1 highs. So having these and knowing I can just beat these up and not worry about the value going down very much because it's not that valuable of a sneaker to begin with feels great. Black and red is my favorite color combination on this shoe, and I think Jordan Brand did a really good job at using this colorway, this color scheme on this shoe in a way where I have no complaints other than pretty much the leather quality. I love the high top Varsity Reds, but I'm not about to pay that resale, so the low top versions are a welcomed addition to my collection. Now, in terms of sizing, I would recommend going your true size in the Air Jordan 1 Low. They fit just like the mids and the highs and pretty much most Nike sneakers, so get whatever you're used to getting in Nikes and Jordans. And in terms of comfort, I'd give these a solid 6.5 to 7 out of 10. These use 1984 or 85 technology, so you're not getting the most comfortable shoe in the world. And after a long day of walking, like a seriously long day of walking and a lot of traveling, sometimes my ankles feel a little sore from this right here, from the like kind of a stiff-ish ankle area. So just something you might want to keep in mind when you're picking a shoe for those very long days you're on your feet. I'll leave links to these in the description down below to places like eBay so you guys can try and cop them for the low. And if you made it to the end of the video, hit that like button if you liked the video or the shoe, and comment down below what you guys think about this pair. It did hurt my soul a little knowing I paid resale for these when eventually you could just get these for retail or a little bit above, but hey, sometimes that's just how the game goes. Subscribe so you can be part of the Sneaker Talk family and so you don't miss a video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.